Hey guys, so I want to continue to talk about the BLGs, but before we go into the specific details of each of them, I want to illustrate how important they are. I'll do that by talking about the difference between health span and lifespan, right? So we know that lifespan is the amount of time that you're alive for. From the day that you're born to the day that you die, how long have you lived in days, months, years. Health span traditionally is defined by the period of time in which you are free from illnesses or disabilities. But the problem with the definition is if at 50 years old, I don't have illnesses or disabilities, then I'm just as healthy as I was when I was 25. And we know that that's probably not gonna be true, right? So there's a difference between a quality of life and just being free from illness and disabilities. One thing we know is that these are the 4 top causes of deaths of Americans every year: cardiovascular disease, cancers, neurodegenerative diseases, and accidental deaths. These 4 kill more Americans than any other thing in every year. But those are things that could be totally prevented or at least mitigated by your fitness and your health, right? So cardiovascular diseases, obviously all the heart diseases, all the vascular diseases, and diabetes. We know that these could be either prevented, or if you're born with some genetic predisposition, that you can create a buffer or mitigate the effects of them by being healthy, by being fit, by having a good lifestyle. Same thing with cancer. A lot of these can be prevented by your BLGs and your fitness. Neurodegenerative diseases, things like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. This is where the mental acuity, that's where your emotional stability comes in play. That's where the relationships and knowledge and mindset BLGs come in, right? These will strengthen your ability to resist to the neurodegenerative diseases. And then accidental deaths. So car crashes, right? Other types of falls. We know the stronger you are, right? If I'm 60 years old with no muscle mass and I fall and break a hip, my chances of surviving or dying in the next 12 months are like 30% from breaking a hip when I'm 60. If you're one of OG's CrossFit people, you know the story of Miranda Oldroyd, where she had an accident where she broke her neck, and the doctor said the only reason why she was alive and not paralyzed or dead was because she had huge straps and very muscular back to keep the effects from the fall from getting worse. So even the accidental deaths, right, can be prevented, or the effects of the accident can be mitigated by how fit you are. I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. Scenario A, you live from 0 to 60 years old in good health. Okay, so you're running around, you're playing with the kids, you can squat, you can climb something, and then when you turn 61, you die from a fast, painless death. Scenario B, from 0 to 55, you live in good health, so 10 less years of good health. But from 55 to 80, you live in bad health. That means you're wearing diapers, you're ringing a bell every time you want to take a shit, and somebody has to tie your shoes for you. You get 20 more years of life. When you're 81, you die. Same painless death. Let's say it's the same painless, quick death. So you get 20 more years of life, but the last 25 years of your life are spent in bad health. Most people will still choose scenario A, live less but live better, right? That's the quality versus quantity aspect of this. That's the health span versus lifespan. This is where the BLGs come in. We talked about how 1 hour in the gym cannot outdo 23 hours of your day of poor decisions. If they're good decisions, this is what we're going to fight. We're going to fight the top 4 killers of Americans every year. So the definition of the health span that we want to push is a life free from illness or disability and full of physical freedom, mental acuity, and emotional fulfillment. This is a definition of a life well lived. And that's the goal, right? Increase our health span. Obviously we want both. We want to live long and healthy, right? But for that, we have to work on a health span, which starts by working on the BLGs. Let me know if you have any questions on the BLGs, or if you popped up any questions as we talked about in these last 2 weeks. If you want to learn more about these topics, it's the book that I'm reading right now. It talks about that. It's called I'll Live by Peter Attia. He's got a podcast. So if you want to learn more about this, let me know, and I'll send you some resources.